Speaking of criminals, Brittney Griner. You might not have ever heard of her. She plays for a league called the WNBA. You might not have ever heard of that. It's basketball for women. And apparently they play on TV sometimes. This woman went overseas and got arrested for having a vape pen with marijuana in her pocket. Now, she was also found with some cannabis oil in her bag. All of this stuff is okay in America, but Brittney Griner hates America. Couldn't believe it myself. When you start looking up Griner, who's now in the clinker, she was on that tip where she wanted to be woke. She was a woke joke. And her famous quote is, "I honestly feel we should not play the national anthem." So she didn't feel like America had her best interest in mind. She was a woke activist and WNBA player. Well, Joe Biden was the first to say, "If you don't vote for me, you ain't black." Brittney did not support Donald Trump at all. She thought, yeah, I want to be black. I want to be a lesbian. Naturally, I have to go with Joe. He's the one who has my best interest in mind. Does Biden have your best interests in mind, black people? Because if we run the numbers, Donald Trump was able to get ASAP Rocky out of jail ASAP. He was put in jail for starting a fight. He was in a Swedish jail. They don't like ASAP Rockies over there in Sweden. A lot of leftists say, well, in Sweden, they do. In Sweden, they don't have Mexicans. They don't have black people. They don't have any immigrants other than the new ones they just brought over. And they have basically a homogeneous society. So don't tell me how great Sweden is. You are not welcome in Sweden. Then Trump went on to get these 3 UCLA athletes out of prison in communist China. You might remember Lonzo Ball's brother. He's the brother that nobody knows his name. And these other 2 were shoplifting all around China because they are used to having privilege. Privilege means you can steal under $950. You can be a celebrity in America. They might take a photo of you, but they let it go. Not so much in communist China. These 2 belonged in a communist work camp, but they were able to skirt their prison sentence because Donald Trump made a phone call. I want them out of prison. I know they're black. I know you don't like them in China. In America, we love blacks. I've been a big fan of blacks for a very long time. You can ask Mike Tyson, Dennis Rodman. You can look at my cabinet, Dr. Ben Carson, all black. I don't have a problem with blacks. I just hate stupid people. These 3 are very stupid, but please bring them back. There are blacks. It was a beautiful phone call. And within 12 hours, they were on the next flight out of Beijing. So what has Biden done for Grimy? Nothing. Brittney Griner has been in jail the whole time. Now a former diplomat, no real diplomat is on this case, a former diplomat wants a prison swap to bring Griner home. Oh, that's a great idea. A prison swap where we trade nuclear scientists, terrorists, war criminals for one angry alphabet soup loving woman who hates America. Do you think it's a good trade? Would you want to trade someone who hates this country for 4 people who also hate this country? I don't know if that's a good deal. Leave it in the comments. She's been in trouble with the law many times before, most recently for beating up her lesbian wife, and she had to plead guilty to domestic violence. So she already got out of prison many times. She's been given her privilege often in the United States, beating the heck out of a smaller woman that she's dating. But look here. I don't understand. My race card isn't working here in Russia? And that's exactly what happens. I want to congratulate Brittney. She's been 140 days drug-free. That's what happens when you get arrested in Russia. You don't get to do your drugs while you're in prison. So first she kneels for the anthem. Then she begs for the freedoms the USA provides. I think we should leave her there, but some people want a prison swap. So I have a great idea. Why don't we send LeBron James and Colin Kaepernick and bring back Brittney and put her in prison here? That would be a great idea. When we come back, I have a whole lot more. Let me know what you think of my plan in the comments.